Have you ever watched a luxury SUV commercial like this one and thought to yourself, man, I'd love to own one of those one day? Then a few years go by, the prices drop, and you start thinking, wow, now that's a bargain. But you'd be wrong. Because while the price of admission may be cheap now, the cost of ownership in the long run is a completely different story. Deferred maintenance, hidden repairs, and expensive problems are all sitting just beneath the surface, waiting for the next owner. And today, I'm going to make sure that the next owner isn't you. Hi, I'm Miles, a professional auto concierge consultant with over 25 years of experience in the business. This is Smart Money Motoring. Today, we're talking about the 5 worst SUVs you can buy under $25,000. Let's get into it. All right, coming in at number 5, the 2016 and newer Volvo XC90. And look, this one is dangerous because on the surface, it looks like an incredible deal. This was a $60,000 to $70,000 luxury SUV when it was new. And when you get inside, it feels like it. Beautiful interior, clean Scandinavian design, huge touchscreen, tons of safety tech. Now, you can buy it for under 25 grand, so it feels like you're stealing it. But mechanically, this thing is a science experiment. You've got a turbocharged and supercharged 4-cylinder engine. That's a lot of pressure on a very small engine. And once these hit about 80 to 100,000 miles, things start showing up fast. Cooling systems issues, turbo problems, supercharger failures, electrical gremlins galore, and none of it's cheap. That's the key here. Nothing on this car is just a small repair. Everything is $2,000, $3,000, even $5,000. This is a lease vehicle. It's not a long-term ownership vehicle. And if you're buying one at 100,000 miles, you're stepping in when all of the problems are just starting. All right, coming in at number 4, the Mercedes GL 450 and 550. And this one, it's a classic example of a luxury SUV that ages very poorly. Because when these are new, they're fantastic. They're smooth, they're quiet, solid. It's got that classic Mercedes feel. And now you can buy one for under 25 grand. And it feels like you're getting a serious luxury SUV for a fraction of the price. But here's the reality. These things are loaded with expensive failure points. First, it's got aromatic air suspension. When it works, it rides beautifully. But when it starts to fail, the air struts, the compressors, the valve blocks, they all add up quickly, and none of it's cheap. And on a vehicle with this many miles, it's not a question of if, it's when. But the bigger issue, it's really the engine. On the V8 models, over time, the cylinder linings can wear down. And when that happens, you get bore scoring. And once that starts, game over. You're looking at oil consumption, loss of compression, and ultimately a full engine replacement. This is not a small repair. This is a catastrophic failure. And it doesn't stop there. Timing chain issues, oil leaks, cooling system problems, electronics, sensors, all of it starts stacking up right around the same time. This is one of those SUVs that feels like a great deal up front, but becomes a money pit very quickly. And if you're buying one around 100,000 miles, you're stepping in when all of the problems are just starting. All right, coming in at number 3, the 2014 to 2018 BMW X5 V8, the xDrive 50i to be exact. And let me be very clear here. This is not about the X5 in general. The inline 6 cars, those are actually pretty solid. This is specifically about the V8 cars because on paper, this thing looks incredible. Twin turbo V8, very fast, incredibly smooth, handles exactly how you'd expect a BMW to handle. And now you can buy one for under 25 grand. Feels pretty great, right? For a fraction of the price. But here's the reality. Under the hood is one of BMW's most problematic engines ever, the N63. In this engine, it's got a reputation. High oil consumption, valve stem seal wear, heat management issues, turbo problems, and just constant expensive maintenance. This is not one of those situations where you might get lucky. This is a matter of time. And when it hits hard. We're talking repair bills that can easily run into the thousands, and in some cases, more than the value of the vehicle itself. This is the kind of SUV that drives amazing right up until the day it doesn't. And if you're buying one around 100,000 miles, you're stepping in when all of the problems are just starting. All right, coming in at number 2, the 2015 to 2020 Cadillac Escalade and its twin, the GMC Yukon Denali. And this one surprises a lot of people because on the surface, this feels like the ultimate win. Big, comfortable, naturally aspirated V8, tons of presence on the road, and now you can buy one for under 25 grand, right? And it feels like you're getting a $90,000 SUV for a fraction of the price. But here's the reality. These trucks are built to a price, and once they age, it really shows. The interior materials start to wear down way faster than they should. Buttons, trim, seat components, all of it starts to feel tired a lot sooner than you'd expect. And then you've got the suspension, magnetic ride control. When it works, it is great, but when it fails, it is so expensive, and it doesn't last forever. And then there's the transmission. Both the 8-speed and the 10-speed have their own issues. The 8-speed is notorious for rough shifting, shuddering, and generally feeling unhappy as the miles go up. And the 10-speed is definitely better, but it's not bulletproof either. These trucks can develop hard shifts, hesitation, and expensive transmission problems right around the mileage where people start thinking they're getting a bargain. But the biggest issue, it's the engine, active fuel management, also known as AFM. This system shuts down cylinders to save fuel, and over time, it destroys the lifters. And when lifters fail, you're not looking at a small repair. You're looking at major engine work, camshafts, lifters, thousands of dollars. This is one of those SUVs that feels like a great deal right up until it isn't. And if you're buying one around 100,000 miles, you're stepping in when all of the problems are just starting. All right, coming in at number 1, the worst SUV you can buy under $25,000, the 2013 and newer full-size Range Rover, codenamed L405. Specifically, we're talking about the V8 models here. Now listen, this is the one that will absolutely ruin you financially. I'm serious, because nothing else on this list combines this level of luxury with this level of risk. On the surface, this is the dream. Timeless design, unbelievable presence, one of the nicest interiors ever put in an SUV. And when you drive it, it feels like nothing else on the road. And now you can get one for under 25 grand, and it feels like you just pulled off the deal of a lifetime, right? But here's what you're really buying. A vehicle with an enormous number of failure points. Start with the air suspension. It's not just one component. It's the entire system. Air struts, compressors, height sensors, valve blocks, and when it starts going, it doesn't stop. And none of it's cheap. Then you've got the cooling system. Plastic components everywhere, buried deep inside the engine, that crack over time, and when they fail fast, overheating with very little warning. And that's where things get really bad, because now we get to the engine, the supercharged V8, which sounds incredible, and it pulls like a freight train. But over time, heat becomes the enemy. Cooling system failures, combined with engine design, can lead to warped components, head gasket issues, and in worst cases, complete engine failure. And then there's everything else. Timing chain tensioners, oil leaks, electrical problems, door locks, sensors, infotainment glitches. This vehicle is constantly asking for something, and it's never cheap. And when you stack it all together, this is the kind of SUV that can easily cost you $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in repairs. And that's after you buy it. And if you're buying one for around $25,000 with 100,000 miles, you're inheriting all of the problems of someone else all at once. Please do not buy one. Okay, so that wraps it up for the 5 worst SUVs you can buy under 25 grand. And look, after 25 years as a concierge auto consultant, I've seen the good, the bad, and the very expensive. And what I've learned is this. Most buyers don't get burned because they're reckless. They get burned because they're not prepared. They don't have the facts, and they don't really know what to look for or what to avoid. Because in this price range, a lot of these SUVs look incredible on the surface. Luxury, performance, technology, all for a fraction of what they originally cost. But what you're really buying is someone else's deferred maintenance and someone else's problems. And that's where thinking like an investor makes all the difference. Because you're not just buying a vehicle, you're buying the next few years of ownership, repairs, maintenance, and everything that comes with it. And the key difference between a smart buy and a complete money pit is almost always hidden beneath the surface. If you're not quite sure which direction to go, or you just want to make sure that you get it right the first time, I offer one-on-one consulting to help you avoid these mistakes and save thousands in the process. There's a link in the description below. And if this kind of thinking resonates with you, consider subscribing. I've got more SUVs, sedans, and some really good deep dives coming next. And as always, thank you so much for watching Smart Money Motoring.